Good day to you. You are tuned to the AP Award-winning and JazzWeek nominated WJSU. I am your host, Tanya Scott, and this is All Things Social, the entertainment and lifestyle segment that helps you explore the very best of happenings in Jackson and around the state. We also preview and review worldwide book, movie, and CD releases. What are we discussing today? Well, you'll have to stick around to find out. We'll be right back.
Let me keep you company. Hi, I'm Meredith Michelle, host of Evening Jazz on FM 88. Join me weeknights from 7 p.m. to midnight and on Fridays from 8 p.m. to midnight for all of the best in your favorite evening jazz. Right here, only here on Cool and Current, WJSU.
And we're back with All Things Social on WJSU. On today's segment, we talk with Clay Williams, director of the Old Capitol Museum in downtown Jackson. We talk about several important upcoming holiday events that you really don't want to miss. Clay, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to hear about all of the things that are going on in the Old Capitol Museum. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
December, of course, being the holiday season, I'm going to give you some information on some holiday events. We kind of put them under the banner of holiday happenings. The biggest one is December the 7th, which is the Old Jackson Christmas by Candlelight Tour. Visitors can tour the Old Capitol, the State Capitol, the Governor's Mansion, and the Eudora Welty House free. All the sites are decorated in holiday style. There will be choirs performing at each site, and we have trolleys that take you from site to site, and it's free. It's from 4:30 to 8:30. Again, this Friday, December the 7th. This is one of our biggest events of the year, and we're hoping everybody can come and see that.
Tell me a little bit more about what's going on.
Okay, something else we do at the Old Capitol is something called Sounds of the Season. That is on 4 different dates. That's December the 7th, 8th, 14th, and 15th. Those are Fridays and Saturdays at noon. We invite local choirs to come and sing. They will set themselves up in the rotunda area, and which is the main center part of the museum, and it's kind of a beautiful acoustic experience. And so on those Fridays and Saturdays, the 7th and 8th, and the 14th and 15th at noon, you can come listen to these choirs sing. It lasts about an hour, and we think it's just a good, enjoyable time to enjoy holiday festivities. And again, like most everything else we do at the Old Capitol, it is free.
Wow. Now, are these local
they're
choirs?
local, somewhat local, I guess I should say. Either school choirs or some church choirs. Off the top of my head, I'm kind of losing it here, but I think we're talking about a choir in Port Gibson,
oh, wow.
a couple of church choirs here locally, and a local middle school choir.
Oh, great.
So it obviously brings some kids into the museum, and it's just a nice way to enjoy the Old Capitol. Again, to hear the acoustics in the middle of the building is pretty outstanding.
That sounds really fantastic. Tell me, now, you do have one more event that I think you wanted to share with us.
Another thing we do in December is something called Telling Tales. This is geared towards the younger crowd. We have some celebrities come and do some reading, some story time for the kids. The storytellers we have this year are going to be First Lady Deborah Bryant, and then TV personalities Barbie Bassett, Stephanie Maxwell, and Maggie Wade. And these are going to be on Thursdays in December. That'll be the 6th, the 13th, and the 20th. And those are at 10 and 11 a.m., and you can call to find out exactly who will be speaking on which days. But again, it's a chance for kids to hear some story times. All the stories have kind of an ethical focus to them, and so we think that's going to be a nice draw for younger kids to come to the Old Capitol.
Why don't you share a phone number, or
Sounds
is
good,
there a
yeah.
website?
Both. Good idea. The phone number will be 601-576-6920. They can call that and ask about any of the information that we've talked about so far. And we also have a website. That would be www.oldcapitolmuseum.com. They can go to either one of those two places, either by phone or via the web, and learn about anything going on in December at the Old Capitol Museum.
Great. Tell me this, Clay. Now, you've been over at the Old Capitol Museum since, what, 1999? You've been there a
1999.
while.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in order to prepare for the holiday, how many people work with you to get everything together?
Well, we have a small staff of about 5. That staff includes everyone from the receptionist, the front desk, to some educational staff who will meet and greet and give orientations to school groups and adult groups. And we also have staff to work on exhibits and work on programming. So we're very small, but we're very energetic. Happy to be there. The Old Capitol is, without a doubt, Mississippi's most historic building, built in 1839, 173 years old.
Wow.
Almost 174 years old, the oldest surviving building in Jackson. And so normal activities are interpreting the history of the building and also teaching students about government. What better place to teach students how government works than in the old state capitol?
Exactly. I've had an opportunity to go through the Old Capitol and spend some time, and it's a very beautiful, beautiful museum to go into.
Thank you. Again, recently restored. Hurricane Katrina ripped off the roof in 2005, and so we were shut down for a few years, and in 2009 we reopened after a full restoration. Everything was redone, all the exhibits were redone, all the walls were painted, a total facelift, so to speak, which has been very nice because the building needed it, being 170-something years old.
Really?
You can imagine all the wear and tear over the years. So we're excited about the normal activities. We're excited about the events we do in December. And the last one I want to mention is something called Statehood Day.
Okay.
Statehood Day occurs on December the 10th. It is in honor of Mississippi becoming a state. Mississippi became the 20th state in the Union on December 10th of 1817. And so this will be the 195th birthday, so to speak, for Mississippi. And every year we bring in a prominent speaker to kind of issue an address to talk about Mississippi statehood. This year, former Lieutenant Governor Amy Tuck will be on hand on December 10th at noon to give an address about probably women in government and their role and how Mississippi has developed over the years. So this will be the 4th year we've done it. Former speakers have been former governors Haley Barbour and William Winter, and last year we had federal judge James Graves. So Amy Tuck will be our 4th speaker, and again, it's going to be this upcoming Monday, December the 10th at noon, Statehood Day. We also have a little cake and punch, so kind of our little birthday party to celebrate Mississippi. So we're hoping everybody can come. And as I've mentioned, we're free. We are your tax money at work, so there's no reason not to come see us.
How many people come through the Old Capitol?
Not as many as we'd like. We average about 30,000 a year. What is interesting, our attendance is very good internationally. Out-of-state visitation is good. What is a little surprising is sometimes the lack of locals, what I would say the Tri-County area. And I think it's a situation where some people think I can always go see it. I live here. I always go see it. And then time goes by and you never do. So one of the things we've tried to do in some of these events we've talked about is to bring the locals downtown and to come see what we have to offer that, you sometimes take for granted, what's in your own backyard. And so, visitation is good, but we want to make sure those in Hinds and Rankin and Madison counties and so forth will come out and enjoy what your state and your capital city has to offer.
So you have international
visitors. A lot of people come to Mississippi for a variety of reasons. The blues is so popular here, and we're kind of in a place where people will fly into Jackson and they'll come and visit us. And we always ask, what brings you to Mississippi? And a lot are here for the blues, going up into the Delta to learn about Mississippi's great blues heritage. The Old Capitol Museum, as I mentioned, is Mississippi's most historic building. So many important events have taken place there. We have legislators wrote 2 state constitutions in that building. Mississippi seceded from the Union in that building in 1861 that led towards the Civil War. Other important legislation has been passed there. Many famous people have walked the halls, from governors to presidents to you name it. When you walk the halls of the Old Capitol, you get a sense of the history that occurred there. And one of the goals we have with our staff is to try to educate the public about it and for them to get a feel that when you walk these halls, you are walking where history actually happened. And we're very proud of that and proud of the effect that we hopefully give to our visitors at the Old Capitol.
Well, that's great to hear. Clay, I want to thank you for stopping by our All Things Social Studios and for sharing all of these events that are going on at the Old Capitol Museum with us.
Well, thank you for coming. I'll say real quick again, Old Capitol Museum, 601-576-6920, and our website, oldcapitolmuseum.com. We hope to see everybody there in December and in 2013.
That's going to do it for me, Tanya Scott, and All Things Social. Join us next week when we bring you more of the exclusive information that keeps you in the know about what's going on around your state. Until then, take care, and I'll see you there.